Welcome back. So we are now on Lagrange's interpolation formula. So if it was to be my classmate that would pronounce this, they'll call it Lagrange's formula. Lagrange. So the following table gives the normal weight of a baby boy during the first 6 months of life. So 18 months, when it was 0 months, the weight was 5 pounds, then 2 months, 7 pounds, and the rest. So you know that here is your x and here is your what? Y. So here x0, x1, x2, and all this thing. So I've told you in this interpolation we have backward and forward, and we have treated backward and forward interpolations. Now we are now on Lagranges. How will you know whether you are going to use Lagranges form interpolation for solving problems like this, or is it Newton backward or forward? So if you take this x, that's this independent variable, if they are equidistant, if they have equal interval, if they have the same common difference, that means you are going to use Newton forward or backward. But if they are not equidistant, you are going to use Lagrange. So for example, if you take 2 minus 0 will give you 2, this minus this 1, you see that they are not what? Equidistant. So we are going to use Lagrange. So they said estimate the weight of the baby at the age of what? 4 months. So x is equals to 4. So see the Lagrange formula using Lagrange's or Lagrange's formula. Lagrange's interpolation formula. So the formula goes like this: x minus what? X what? 1. So x minus what? X2. Then x, if you still want, you can write x minus x3. So but I want to just put this dot 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 x minus what? Xn. This xn settles the case. Then y what? Not all over. Then x naught minus this x1. Then x naught minus this x2 dot 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 x naught minus what? Xn. If you notice closely, when we have y naught, we are not going to have anything x naught on this numerator. So that's the rule. So we are going to still use this one, x naught minus x1, then use x naught and subtract this x2 like this. Then use x naught and subtract this xn. Then plus, now we'll go to the second one. It will now be x minus, because our y will now be y1, you understand? So we are not going to put anything 1. So it will now be x naught, then x minus, instead of putting x1, we are going to trash it because it's going to collide with the y1 there. So it will now be x minus what? X2, instead of putting what? X1. So dot 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 x minus what? Xn, then what? Y1, like this, all over. So we started with x naught, so it will now be x1 minus what? This x naught, then x1 minus this x2 dot 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 x1 minus xn. So it depends. If you still want x1 minus x3, x1 minus x, so then plus, we are now on the other one. Okay, let me come to this side. We are now going to have what? X minus, because the next one, our next y will now be what? Our next y will be what? Let me write it like this. So our next y will be what? Y2. So we are going to have x minus x naught. It will just relax here because we have 2. So it will not fight with it. You get? It will accept it. So it will be x minus x1. Will x2 accept x1? Yes. So x minus x2 wants to come inside, and y2 said, are you mad? You want to come inside my house? He said, please, please, please. So he's going to have what? X3. This is now. Then dot 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 dot. We are going to have x minus what? X sub n. Then y what? 2. Then we have x0, x1. So we are going to now have what? X2 minus this one. Just note that is minusing this. So we have x2 minus x1. So we have x2 minus what? X3. Dot 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 dot. X2 minus xn. Like this. X2 minus what? Xn. Then plus, we are now going to have what? X minus what? X0. X minus what? X1. X minus what? X2. X minus what? X3. If you like, you still continue. Then dot dot dot. X minus xn minus what? 1. Then what y will be there? It will now be what? Times y sub what? N. So this y sub n means what? Last term. Let me make this thing to be smaller so that you see it too. So dot dot dot. So it will be x minus what? Xn. Then times what? Y sub what? N. Then all over. This y sub n means what? Last term for what? Y. So all over what? So all over. We started with, okay, we are now going to use what? Xn. Xn means last term for what? Xn means last term for what? X. Yn means last term for y. So xn minus what? This x0. Then we are going to have xn minus x1. We are going to have xn minus what? X2. Then xn minus x3. Dot dot dot. Xn minus xn minus 1. You get? So it's minusing this one, xn. Why did I not put minus 1? No wonder this thing entered well. Sorry. Xn minus 1, then y sub what? N. No wonder it's entered well. So this is the Lagranges what? Formula. So you can just memorize it. So let's continue. I hope you can see the down. Good. So starting from the first one, you know that our x is what? 4. So we have 4 minus x1 is what? 2. So 4 minus 2. Then into 4 minus x2 is what? 3. Like this. So we are going to do it again. 4 minus. After we did x2, right? X2 is 3. Then x4. X4 is 6. 4 minus. No. This one is 4 minus 2. This is x1. Then x2. Then x3. 4 minus 5, which is x3. So we are going to replace this thing now with 3. So that's why I wrote x minus x3. So then 4 minus 6. Then times y0. Y0 is what? 5. Times 5. All over. Remember, it's half plus. But I want to do it right. I want to do it and solve this one separate. Then after I'll plus it. Then x0. Our x0 is what? 0. So 0 minus x1. X1 is what? 2. Then x0 is what? 0 minus x2. X2 is what? 3. Then 0 minus x4. So 0 minus x2 is what? 3. Then 0 minus x4. X2 is what? 3. Then 0 minus x3 now. X3 is what? 5. So you have 0 minus x4, which is what? 6. So if you do this thing well, you are going to get this value. So this is the value you are going to get. So let's go for this one. So we are going to have 4, that's x minus x naught, 4 minus 0. Then x minus x2, 4 minus x2 was 3. Then x minus x3, so it will be 4 minus x3 is what? 5. Then x minus x4, 4 minus 6, all over. X1 minus this, x1 is 2 minus x naught, 0. Then x1, which is 2 minus x2, which is 3. x1 minus x2. Then x1, which is 2 minus x3. x3 is what? 5. Then 2 minus x4 is 6. So remember your y1. Your y1 is what? Y1 is 7. So if you do it well, you are going to get this. So we go for this one. You are going to have our x is 4 now. So 4 minus x naught is what? 0. Then 4 minus x1 is what? 2. So 4 minus x3, which is 4 minus 5. Then 4 minus x4, which is what? 6. Then times our y2 is what? 8. So we have for denominator x2, which is 3 minus x0, 0. Then x2, which is what? 3 minus x1, which is 2. Then 3 minus x3. So 3 minus x3, which is 5. Then 3 minus x4, which is 6. So if you do it well, you are going to get this. So we are going to find for the fourth one. So we are going to have the fourth one formula is not here, but I will stay here and drive it. So I am just, let me be cleaning some things here so that I will show you how I will drive the fourth formula. So here will be y3. So since here is y3, so here will be x minus x naught, which is correct, x minus x1 correct, but this x2 will not be here. This x3 will not be here. It will now be what? X2. So this one will now be where do we stop? Okay, we stopped at x2, so it will now be x3. We stopped at x1, x2, so this one x3 minus x0. So this one will be x3 minus x1, good. x3 minus x2. So this one will be x3 here. So this here I drew my formula. So if you just know the pattern, it's not that hard. So it will now be x minus x0, which is 4 minus x0 is what? 0. Then 4 minus my x1 is what? 2. Then 4 minus my x2 is what? My x2 is what? 3. 4 minus 3. I hope you can see it from there. So my x, so it will be 4 minus, so that's x2, right? x2 is what? 5. So my x3 will now be 4 minus, okay, we don't have x, so it will be x4, so it's 4 minus what? 6, all over this x3 minus x0. x3 is what? x3 is what? 5 minus x0. x0 is what? 0. So this one will be x x1 is what? X3, which is 5 minus x1 is what? 2. So it will be 5 minus x1 is 2, x3, okay, x1 is 2, x2 is what? 3. Then it will now be 5 minus. It will not be x3 now, it will now be x4. It is 5 minus 6. So times our y3. Our y3 is what? 10. So if you do it well, you are going to get this value as the answer. Let me punch it. So this is the value you are going to get, minus 160 over minus 30. So let me clean this side. So we are going to go for the last one. So it will be x minus x naught. So it will be 4 minus x naught is what? 0 now. I think x naught is 0. So it will be x, which is 4, minus x1. I can't remember all these things again. Let me just put it down. So these are the values. Remember, this our yn is the last term, which is the last term of the y value. So this xn is the last term of all the x values there. So we bring all these things together. Y is equals to, for this one, 20 over 180. Then plus 56 over minus 24. Then plus 128 over 18 plus minus 160 over minus 30. So automatically plus 30. But let me just put it so that when we simplify, you will not get confused. So then plus the last one, minus 96 over 72. So our y is equals to, if you simplify it, well, you are going to get the value for this thing, add them together. So y is equals to 8.889 pounds. So the weight of the baby, what did they even ask us to find? The weight of the baby at the first 4 months is what? This. Therefore, the weight of the baby, let me clean this. The weight of the baby at the age of 4 months is equals to 8.889 pounds. So that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you understood this video well. Please do well to share to your learning colleagues so that they can learn from it. Bye bye.